Good morning. I'd like to give a beautiful review for Divine Roshni. I contacted her late September 2023, and she did a soul scanning. My first session was, and it was done individually in chunks because I had so much dense energy in all my chakras that she cleaned out each chakra of extreme dense energy, which included demonic attachments and an excess of black magic residue that was sent my way, and an extreme clearing of psychic, astral, and etheric cords of attachment. Then she did a chakra. In the next session, I did a chakra upgrade, I guess, where she brought in, she cleaned out like emotional baggage, I suppose, and and brought in positive affirmations and positive light. Then I did some sessions. I paid for some sessions for each of my daughters. And now it is a year and a half since my first time, and we have upgraded. But things in my life, I have experienced tower moment after tower moment, and I am now residing with my parents, as living in the city I once lived in just didn't support me physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and mostly psychically. There was so much psychic interference. There were so many people that I used to work with that were still actively trying to mess with my mind, or were messing with my mind. So I cut ties with all of that and moved back to my parents, where I can homeschool my daughter with ease. And but I was still getting extreme psychic attacks, especially in the middle of the night or just before I was going to sleep. I could feel that it was coming on. I could feel it coming in, and my dream state was so disturbing. And the thing about me is I'm a seer and I'm an empath, and I can see who is doing it. And I have been clearing and cleaning myself in the spirit and the energy of I take care of myself. I take full responsibility of myself, but I can't stop seeing who is sending the attacks and I don't take responsibility for them. And I really had to stop their energy. And and it comes hidden. So I pray every day to clear what's hidden. And I would see their faces and them more clearly. And sometimes they would even pop out of the woodwork, like they would message or you know, something would happen that would alert their face or their name to me. So this last clearing, I asked Divine Roshni for to permanently and infinitely clear my ex-husband out of my energy, out of my life. We divorced, we separated 2011, we divorced legally 2017, and somehow energetically he has been stopping and blocking me from everything. Like, as long as he has a way to energetically, spiritually punish me, which is really hard to prove or explain. And it was even hard for me to believe. Like, in my first session with Divine, she saw him and called him my husband. And I said, look, I'm not married. I haven't been married for a while. She goes, well, I see him as your husband, and he treats you like a rat. And truthfully, I didn't see it. I was so used to being mistreated that I couldn't see how he was treating me. And when I left him physically, his energy remained. And I guess the portals and openings for him to continue to mistreat me and to punish me as if I was his slave, as if I was owned by him, as if I was his property, was still open. And even though I've declared daily that I'm free to be me, I own myself, I guess he really didn't think so. Anyways, I will read to you. I made an appointment, and Divine had set up a new cleaning service at the time, which I serendipitously matched. So I received an Akashic cord clearing, cutting, soul ties, bindings, clearing energetic hexes, which he had imposed a lot on me, healing soul traumatization, because I have extreme PTSD to just like exist. And I used to live, before meeting him, I was just happy, free, super go-getter, super manifester. I didn't even know what manifesting was. And it just, things always went my way. It was amazing. I really loved my life. So anyways, clearing all his energetic hexes, healing traumatization, soul wounds, breaking narcissist cords, breaking repeated thought patterns of him, because somehow I was obsessed to think about him. Okay, so dark arts were done to cause me to be obsessed with someone I don't ever want to think of. In fact, when I met him, I broke up with him within a week, and I kept breaking up with him. Like he just kept, what my girlfriend at the time described as leeching on. He kept leeching on. I now know what an energetic and psychic vampire is, but at the time there were no terms. Okay, so and the session lasted 2 hours. She broke it up in 2 sections, because the first part she had to clear out all of his energy, and it was exactly as I thought. I made a list of how he was affecting me, and without me explaining the list to her, she went through the whole thing. I did spend 2 hours to prepare myself before the session, connecting to Source, my high self team, clearing my body, my home, everything, so that, and praying that she could get exactly what was happening so I could get on with my life. And I mean, the next day I saw right away everything lifting off. I started getting mails of money coming my way, which was supposed to, but it was like everything was delayed. So everything just started coming. The household that I'm in with my parents and siblings was so uplifted. Like everyone was happier the next day. It was really amazing. And I actually set the intention with her that it be a twin soul reading, because my twin soul and I, we're not in physical connection. We do have a very beautiful spiritual and telepathic connection, but it has been really blocked and invaded. Like I can feel and see who listens in or tries to take over the conversation, literally steal the connection, if I can use that word. And it's been amping up, and I thought it would like diminish as I moved away, but it got worse. So I asked her to check into his energy, to clear our telepathic connection. And sure enough, my ex-husband was invading in it, trying to be either one of us. He actually doesn't believe that people are psychic, even though he obviously is incredibly psychic, but uses it as a tool to manipulate and as a way to torment, punish, and to abuse others, to abuse people in his life. The hardest thing to digest about the situation is the person who I trusted, and who I had 2 children with, is hurting me and my children that badly. It's hard to digest that someone who's supposed to love me actually hates me, that would do everything to end me if I don't obey him. If I'm not what he wants me to be or say or look like or do, then I don't have a right to exist according to his mentality. It's really hard to grasp that in this day and age, people still are that barbaric and small-minded. And I really had a hard time accepting that I couldn't see that. But now I see it very clearly, and it's really easy to stand up for myself. And I do practice righteous indignation, the wrath of God. I invoke Mahakali, and I throw very strong words like, I do not curse. But the power of my spirit and the spirit of source flows through me, and people back off because I've had enough. I am taking space in my life. And with the clearings, especially the Akashic clearing, not only did she go in and see the agreements that I made in past lives, which I've tried to clear myself, like I do this every day, but she did this incredible thing to close it and then create a new record, like what would replace it. I really didn't think of that, and it's very smart, and it worked. I can feel it in my life. And now, I believe it's 2 or 3 days later, it's 2 days later, it was on a Friday, I can feel the same thing happening to my twin. There is a theory that the Divine Feminine leads the way, and I took action, and now I can feel energetically he's taking similar action in his life. And I'm really happy because now we'll both feel very free to be ourselves and live the miracle of our own life, right lives, and have our manifestations actually manifest in our physical life like they used to before the incredible resistance of the people in our lives who want us to stay the same, stagnant, whatever they're used to, their comfort zone, which for us is boring and like etheric mold. Thank you, Divine Roshni. I love you, and I hope and pray that everyone gets a session with you and gets all this stuff cleared out and receives the clarity and the truth. The truth hurts, but the truth. Thank you.